Hey there, this is Rodimus here. Documentation I'm going to cover is going over the Elite Primes. I know they just recently had disbanded, and so as promised I will do my documentation about the feats of the clan before said events have occurred. So, here we go. Now, the origin story of the Elite Primes, while a little ambiguous at a couple of parts, it is, for the most part, very straightforward. So I'll just start from the beginning. The initial purpose of T.E.P's establishment I don't know of clearly, but from what I can recollect based off of the general values shared between B-Boy, Contender, and Tim, was that it's to merge the premise of WFC, Dark of the Moon, and FOC players together into one amalgamation of a clan, which, as big as it was, between 10 to 12 players starting in, had succeeded in doing this. The premise of the idea was originally founded by B-Boy 124, or just B. And then after he established the idea of the Elite Primes, he didn't want to really lead it at that time, and so he then just passed leadership of the clan to Tim 75,000, which at that time when he did take the leadership was soon after him leaving of Tact, due to personal reasons regarding general clan growth and disposition of the direction of the clan. And the third person to also share interest in the direction of T.E.P was Contender 12, also known as Star 24 Dash. And there you have your main three: B-Boy, a known WFC player; Tim, a known FOC player; and Star 24 Dash, a known Dark of the Moon player. And thus the founders of it were born. And the clan battles that the group had, while short, a very short list of clan battles, while short all the same, was monumental nonetheless. Between big battles ranging from their debut clan battle against Tact to their match against Cyber-Elite Guard, new ACW when ACW was in the resurrection process under Apex, EL Marvinator, and ACW Prime, and a brief skirmish practice thing with the Demolishers clan from War for Cybertron. So nonetheless, they had their options very vast, so they had their hands dipped in a lot of options they could go from, depending upon preference and where the least amount of drama would ensue. And then for the most part, during the summer, this was a pretty active clan for the most part, until late 2016, when the group went on a hiatus due to a lot of its key members like Punisher and Grunch and Contender, and at times back and forth Tim and Allen, dealing with things in real life as opposed to having the time needed to play a video game. And that's understandable. Over that time span, a lot of their players lost interest in the clan because it was less and less of an active clan and more of a clan where the members were kind of diverse, and so most of the WFC players went back to their own respective things. The FOC players were kind of scattered. Punisher was AFK for the longest while. His attentions are elsewhere in real life where they need to be. And the group slowly went its separate ways. However, the group did not officially disband until recently, in March of 2017, due to a number of many factors with the players involved. Because in order for the clan to have reached the ultimate decision in ending this idea, a lot of factors took place that weighed it down. Between most players, in real life concerns between school, college, and or finding a job or holding down current jobs, it would necessitate time away from a game or time away from the grid in order to apply input to the clan. Thus, it would be better to leave the clan altogether. Whether that particular rationale was an overall consensus or select people just not having enough time to really have any input at all anymore, I know not. However, I believe a policy of touch and go, where you can come online to leave a message, come online to pick up a message, can also compute. In addition to that PlayStation, WhatsApp, or however that thing is, where you can receive messages on your phone or something even when you're offline. That way you can still get some type of updates. Something relevant to the clan or to the group of friends that you've associated yourself with specifically. And the ultimate deciding factor was the fates of the clan's founders. Between Contender focusing more on school, B-Boy focusing his more stuff on college and leaving PlayStation 3 console altogether, and the setback with what's happening IRL, or what has happened IRL, between Tim and Allen. Those three factors ultimately led to the disbanding in the finality of the Elite Primes. And while this was a very shocking conclusion to such a really good clan that had a lot ahead of it, in some sense it's also understandable that a consensus would be reached between 2 out of 3 of them, I guess, in the direction of the clan, or whether or not to stop here. And as we can see clearly, the direction was to stop here. It was understood, though, that the idea can live on, so if newer players or newer gamers down the line do wish to try and succeed in the next generation of T.E.P, they are by means free to do so and make the endeavor to see which or how far they may go. Also, side note about the Elite Primes is that there was also a very unique ambiguity about the outlined abbreviation of the clan when you go to say T.E.P, because when you think of the Elite Primes, it also sounds very relevant and similar to an older clan of similar initial outline, which was called T.F.P, or the Fallen Prime. For those of the new era of gaming whom are not aware of this group, the Fallen Primes were a group of very vocal underdog gamers that specialized in never giving up and always shooting for the goal. This group was spearheaded by its clan founder, better known as the Dax 714, Ours Bros 11, and Aqua Elite. And there are other names also in that pool for TFP, but I digress further from the norm. Anyway, the point is that both clans were two very different clans that had a similar purpose for its existence in the end when you actually see the execution. But the only thing that they really shared in common was the slight change of the namesake. T.E.P, T.F.P. That was the only main thing that separated the two, that connected the two. It's a really odd irony. Other than that, that is about the size of it regarding the Elite Primes. Also, with the group being initially disbanded, the group doesn't have too many remaining members left that are still deeply or fairly associated in the Transformers community. I mean, between the Leopold or Grunch or maybe Punisher if he can come back. But the point is that it's understood that the remaining members can be picked up or be selected by other gaming clans respectively, so that way you can play for other clans if you still do want to play, and just fight for other clans. Those wishing to request for them to join your clan, though, it is their choice whether or not they wish to or not. So It is best for you to state your case as thoroughly as you will, and leave it to them. If it's a yes, yay. If it's a no, then hey, you tried, but don't try again. Cheers to a good gaming clan of its time. It's a real shame that the clan was cut down so early in the prime of life, but these things do happen sometimes. Nothing lasts forever, and a good thing does eventually come to its conclusion, and this was one of those times. And so cheers to the elite primes as they join the clans of history. Or somebody may pick up the idea and keep it going. We'll see.